Guys, Deluded Guna, YouTube's N'Golo Kante. Pardon me. Here to talk about, well, nothing in regards to the Premier League and them things there. I'm here to talk about, I don't want to say personal story because it's not really personal, but it is something that's affected me. I'm sure you've all heard it. You've seen players that are now established. Once upon a time in their career, they were deemed too small or too lightweight or too frail to make it, or too. I've even seen some players, people said they had thin legs. Now we know today with all the data and all the predictions and all the money, clubs are have made massive advancements in regards to predicting someone's height. They can see it from your wrists and your ankles or some crap like that. See how tall you're gonna be, see how much fat you're gonna have on your body. All of these sort of things. But obviously, being told you're too small to make it must be heartbreaking. Now, I've told you guys before, I was typically one of the smallest in my sides. Don't get me wrong, the attitude, the application, and my tenacity made me one of the tallest, and that's probably what helped me be called tall man. And I didn't really give a crap. Definitely have short man syndrome in that thingy, in that regard, when it comes to a football pitch, because I didn't really care. So yeah, but I can understand it. I mean, in my own time, I had to fight 10 times harder. Like I've come from a place where I've already told you people sell dreams in this football thing. If people actually sold their real dreams, I would have had a trial at Luton. Obviously, the trial at Spurs didn't bang. I weren't an exceptionally good footballer. I was alright in regards to doing this thing. So yeah, being too small, like I've got so much to say, and it just my brain needs to hone in. It is demoralizing. It is demoralizing because I've heard it myself. Like you as a right back or when you're playing football, people have doubts. Oh, who's that small guy? You'll hear calls from the other team. Get on the small guy, put it over his head, weights him. That weren't that sort of party, to be honest with you, for me, because I wasn't the strongest, and obviously you get out muscled at times. But I could throw my body around not more than just weights in someone or giving someone a barge. What I mean by that is if I know someone is bigger than me and they might be quicker than me and they're gonna beat me for pace, I'm gonna throw my body at them rather than the ball and stop the opportunity. If I'm a small guy, he's 9 times out of 10 gonna beat me in the air, so the ref might give me a oblige. So I'm gonna go out with my elbows, and if I hit him, I hit him. Forgive me if I sound harsh, but this is football, innit? I'm a nice guy on the football pitch. I ain't trying to be nice. So yeah, man. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, man. It's really ridiculous, this small thing. It really does bug me when people say, "Oh, he's too small to make it." We know we live in England where it's more, yeah, we're changing and you're seeing more technically based footballers. And what I mean by that is not to just use Jack Wilshere as an example, but Jack Wilshere, Phil Foden, these guys that they're not robust in the sense that they're not fast, mad fast, they're not mad strong, they're not flying into challenges. They're possession based, they're clipping nice balls over the top, link up playing, all them things there. It's changing, but there's still a lot of dinosaurs in the game. So when you have someone that's technically based, how can they thrive outside the Premiership? Some have thriving in the Championship, but how can they thrive in League One and Two? Now I know they can't because I go and watch Barney and these sides a lot, and the ball's never on the floor, and it's all about fighting. How can they thrive in that? How are managers going to throw them in? Now, there's several players that have now made it to the top and if are probably the top 5, top 10 in the world. You look at Griezmann, he obviously got his chance at Sociedad, but he was rejected by a host of French clubs. Lyon, Saint Etienne, Auxerre, all of them clubs there. Joey Barton was turfed by a couple clubs in his career. Roy Keane, arguably a household name in British football and went on to captain United to great things, was told he was too small by numerous teams. Defoe had to fight hardship and he's made it. Ian Wright, our second top goal scorer, has made it. Raheem Sterling, people said he was too small. Who else? There's been many, man. Lingard, for years, United had to wait. People knew he had talent, and Fergie knew that this guy was going to make it and made sure he didn't get released. But I had to wait forever for him to physically get there. Clubs do understand it, but it takes a while for everybody to develop physically. Oxlade-Chamberlain at one point was playing at age down in Southampton for this very reason. I even think Ribéry, people said he was too small as well. So yeah, people develop at different rates. Now, if I had the physique, I've got a better physique than I had in my teenage years. If I had this physique that I have now, I'm pretty sure, I'm not trying to sound big-headed, but I'd have a better chance of being a professional footballer. Because now, you see it on Sundays when I play for my team. If man try weights me, I'm throwing it back. You get it. Like, you can hold it up. But not everybody gets that with the gym work. Even Zanetti, guys that went on to make however many appearances for Inter Milan, become a household name, was once told he was too small. I'm sure Lacazette had the same. So yeah, we know people take different times to develop and things. Austin and Messi as well. Charlie Austin and Lionel Messi had the same things. Baresi as well. So yeah, we know people take time to develop at different rates. And some guys are massive. Like I have guys that went to my school that were massive big fellows. And they're tiny as hell. They're shorter than me. Slash my height. Like what happened to you? It's ridiculous. It sounds like a lie, doesn't it? I wish I could actually show you a picture of when I played in a cup final. There was one guy, I swear to you, was up there. I was down there. I beat him a couple times in the air. I pocketed him. Why? Self-belief, man. Like, if you go and ask anyone, I've never been the biggest, smallest, most skillful, but the heart is there. And that's why I'm big on these players leaving it in the ring. But as I was saying, it takes a while to get there physically. You see guys that were giants at under 10s level and things that were getting scouted, that you know, when you guys that played Sunday League know when you played certain teams like RAC or was it RAC or whatever it was called, the Hackney team, or Boardwalk Farm, there were several players that were earmarked as like, he's big, he's robust, he's gonna bully everybody. You get to the under 12s, under 13s, they're not doing that anymore. They're not bullying it. And even if you look at academy style, now it's a bit different. But J. Emmanuel Thomas, physical bully in the youth sides, bullying teams. You see that mad goal he scored against Everton. He's a bully. Went to the senior men's set up now for senior football. Can't rely on his strength, too tough, because there's man that will wait you back and man that are grown men as well. So you can't rely on that, and it fizzles out. As a smaller person, the intelligence has to be there. You have to think quicker. You have to do things quicker, because obviously if you don't, you're going to get muscled out and you're not going to have a chance. You have to think, process things quicker. That's why I always say the brain is the best thing. If you've got a brain, you can beat anybody who's fast and strong. Look at Iniesta, look at David Silva, look at Mata, look at Paul Scholes, look at all of these guys, like Jack Wilshere. I'm going to plug him, obviously he's not there. Look at Cesc Fabregas, to a degree. Alexis Sanchez as well. None of them are massively big. They throw themselves around and they think quicker, if you get what I'm saying. Obviously, there's an exception to the rule for some short players. Sergio Aguero, Carlos Tevez, small, stocky, will throw themselves about. Hernandez, to a degree, because of his movements, a bit different. But it has shaped some players. Ashley Young, arguably one of the most successful of recent years, Watford Academy graduates, Premier League winner, done his thing at Villa, relative household name, and had a successful career. He was actually training part-time at one point from Watford because they thought he was too small. And he only trained part-time because he begged them, essentially. And I think it was something to do with his brother. Pardon me. But you can see why these things happen. Of course, clubs, they can only they make mistakes, but they're only trying to make the best judgments. But it does hurt. I honestly believe if I played football in Spain, I'd be a professional footballer, to be honest with you. I'm not saying the Premier League level in Spain or whatnot, purely because it's more technically based. It's more seeing what you can do rather than who's the strongest, who's dancing past 5 players. I really think English football is making strides, but it's got a long way to go, to be honest with you. But yeah, man, this is just something that's always bugged me, man. Like, so when you're smaller, you have to have more balance, you have to have more movement, your intelligence has to be better, you have to think quicker and paint pictures in your head quicker, to be honest with you, and have more precision, because you can't rely on pace or strength. But yeah, man, this is just something I thought, let me throw into a vid. I don't know if it makes sense. It's probably a crap video and you're probably not going to watch it. But guys, Deluded Gooner, signing out. Get in the comments, subscribe, and do the rest of it, man.